Morning! I'm super excited today because I finally nailed down my plans for 2019 and have figured out a rough kind of roadmap of where I'm going to be and when, what races I'm going to do, what events I'm going to do and what countries I'm going to visit. I'm going to be doing road racing, crit racing, fixed gear crit racing, enduro, and I'm also going to be doing some gravel racing, and I'm really excited about the gravel racing, but more on that later. My first trip is in April, and that I'm just so ridiculously over the moon excited about. I'm going to California. I'm going to be doing gravel riding and bike packing in Big Sur. I've wanted to go there for so long. I just can't believe I'm actually going. And to go bike packing there, what the? It's going to be amazing. At the end of that trip, I'm also going to go and ride Eroica, California. Now, if you don't know what Eroica is, it's this awesome ride that started out in Italy, in Tuscany. And it's like, well, to call it a vintage bike ride is sort of underselling it. People do ride vintage bikes, so it'd be a pre-1986 bike, something like that. So it'd be a steel bike, you don't ride with toe clips. You have shifter on the down tube, and people dress up in traditional sort of wool cycling clothes. It's a pretty stylish ride, but it's also really hard because it takes place on Tuscany's Strada Bianchi, or gravel roads. Since the original in Tuscany, which I have been to, which is amazing, they've expanded the event and now they have it in lots of different countries, and they have it in California. I've always wanted to go, so I can't quite believe it's finally happening. That's going to be a great way to start off my year. After that, I come back to the UK and I am leading a ride from London to Paris for my sponsors, Tribe. Now that's going to be a group ride that anyone can join, so please do sign up if you like the sound of it. We're going to be doing 300 kilometres, setting off from London, riding to Portsmouth, jumping on the ferry quickly, and then riding through the dawn to end up on the Champs-Élysées. We're raising money for the Tribe Freedom Foundation for that, to help victims of human trafficking. And aside from the really good work we're doing for charity, it's just going to be really fun. It's open to everyone. You're going to need to do a bit of training, but there are different speed groups, so you won't be left behind. So yeah, do sign up. As soon as I've got a link, I'll put one down there. So after that, it is potentially Red Hook Crit Brooklyn time. Now the race hasn't been confirmed, but I think it might be on the cards. And even though I had really rubbish fixed crit, Red Hook Crit season last year, I kicked things off by getting a puncture in Barcelona, and then there was a crash in Brooklyn, another crash in Milan. I mean, it was a total disaster. But despite all that, I just can't help wanting to go back. There's just something about Red Hook Crit that's totally addictive. So if Red Hook Crit Brooklyn's on, I'm there. Moving on from April, it's May, and I'm going to go up to London to race Thunder Crit, which is one of my favourite races of the year. It's put on by my friends at North London Thundercat Black Metal Bicycle Club, and it's a tough race. People fly in from all over the world for it, but it's really fun, and it's in London. I get to see all my mates because I used to live in London. Don't get to see those guys all the time, so I'm just looking forward to that one. Next up, it is the Southern Enduro Championships down here in Devon. So I'm going to be racing my mountain bike on Exmoor, and that's just going to be a whole load of fun. After that, it is time for Tuscan Trail. Now I'm really excited and kind of nervous about this event that I've entered. It is an unsupported bike packing endurance race. So basically you've got to ride 530 kilometres on and off road, and from point to point. Obviously they give you a map, but it's not signposted, and you've got to do it as quickly as you can. So you can camp out, you can bivvy, or you can stay in B&Bs. Dave, I can hear you taping that whilst I'm trying to film this. Dave is painting his bike at the moment and I can hear him putting all this masking tape around it. Can you wait 1 minute? So the bikepacking race, sorry, I'm doing it with my friend Delaney, and we're going to do it on gravel bikes. There's some tricky technical sections that might be better suited to a mountain bike, but we think that the gravel roads and Strada Bianchi are going to be better suited to gravel bikes. So I am going to be borrowing a gravel bike. I'm really excited about that. Can't wait to show you my setup. And in advance of Tuscan Trail, I'm going to be doing some more bikepacking adventures, testing out my equipment, doing stuff like that. So let me know if there's anything you want to see on gravel biking and bikepacking. After Tuscan Trail, it's back to the UK and I'm going to be racing Gritfest in Wales. It is another gravel race, but this one's over 2 days and it's done in stages like a mountain bike enduro. So on the first day, I think it's a bit shorter and you just get timed on certain short sections. And again, on the second day, a longer race, but you're just looking to get good times on certain sections. Now, July, there's Grinduro on the Isle of Arran, and that is meant to be one of the most fun gravel bike races, or, well, is it a race or an event? I don't know. It's meant to be one of the most fun gravel bike events in the world. Places are coveted and strictly limited, so I don't know if I'm going to get one, but I'm really, really hoping. And if I do get one, I'll be going up to the Isle of Arran to have a lot of fun. I don't think there's going to be a Red Hook Crit London, so that's all I'm doing in July. I say all I'm doing, I bet I end up doing something else. But anyway, August is quiet again. I'm going to be spending some time with my family and riding here in Devon. The next stuff on my schedule isn't until October. There's a few things that I want to do. There's Rock d'Azur, which is a big mountain bike festival in France, and they have gravel races and mountain bike races, obviously. I don't know what I would enter, but it just looks like a really fun event. Then there's Toros de Gravel, which is a gravel race ride in Mallorca that I did last year. That was amazing. Check out the video if you want to know more about that. And then there's probably Red Hook Crit Milan. Pretty sure that's on the cards, and of course I will be there with bells on. Finally, here's a really exciting one. I've heard there's going to be another round of Red Hook Crit somewhere else, in another country where there's never been one before, and it's a pretty exciting city. Now, I'm not going to tell you where I've heard it might be, because it might not be there and then I'll look stupid. Plus, I don't know if I'm meant to share that info. But if there is another Red Hook Crit in this city, it's going to be amazing, and I'd really like to go to that country. So fingers crossed, I'll tell you as soon as I've heard anything. And that just about wraps up the year. I think that's probably plenty of events and enough travelling for anyone. But I would like to hear if there's any events that you think I should do, something that I've missed off that I really, really should add to my list. Also, what events are you doing? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've got any questions about the stuff I'm doing, then again, in the comments. Thanks for watching and hope to hear from you. Bye!